We made it, fellas. We made it to Friday. Cheers. Hydrate before you caffeinate. Hydrate before you caffeinate. And I'll tell you this much, your coffee is going to taste a hell of a lot nicer. It's the little things. Enjoy your morning coffee. Don't feel bad for having a coffee first thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it's not going to kill you. New low this morning, 82.6. Well, it's 0.1 down from the lowest that we've been of 82.7 last Sunday or Saturday, I want to say. But the physique has been holding a bit of inflammation all week, and we've been a good bit heavier. I hit a high of 83.4. And we've moved to 2 check-ins a week now. So I checked in with Keane on yesterday, Thursday, alongside Monday's check-in. And it's just, there's a bit of fatigue there, holding on to a little bit of water. So I knew this morning that I was going to be down compared to the last couple of days, because like there was a bit of a flush there, you know, last night, to be fair. But unreal sleep. It is 20 past 5, 22 past 5. It's also leg day. Those recovery boots, those Normatec recovery boots last night, and they were nice. Like, I've done them a few times, a good few times probably before. I haven't done them in recent times, but the legs knew about it last night when I was doing them, and it just felt good. Like, how much benefit you get from doing them, I don't know, but they felt good. 45 minutes. I'm going to try and do them again this evening, just to get a little bit of information out of the legs, as much as I can. If it works, it works. Oh, we are back. It's a couple hours later. It's about 8:30 in the morning. We're going to come in down here and grab ourselves coffee number 2 of the day. This is my coffee machine, the Dolce Gusto one. Someone was asking me this morning. And this is what I was saying about them before. Like, if you like your coffees, you want to save yourself a little bit of money instead of buying coffees out every single morning or anything, they have all of these pods. Cappuccinos, flat whites, fucking lattes, fucking macchiatos, absolutely everything. I'm just a black coffee man myself, and it's all I can afford. I completely just quit like the cappuccinos and stuff like that a long time ago, because I used to be a bit of a fan of a cappuccino. I mean, never say never again, but you know what I mean. Crack that on. Also made my oats as well this morning. They are sitting pretty. I'm going to throw the fruit in there now and let that melt away, make the sludge, get that on there. And yeah, another 2 hours done there on the fucking farm this morning, which is grand. I've fucking 8,000 steps done. Okay, and that's the way I look at it. I'm just like, fuck me, I've got my full days of work now to get ahead, and we've got legs to train as well. So it's Friday. I'm not going to complain. What's the point in complaining? Let's have a good day, people. Have a good weekend. I think how I've been able to make as much progress in the last couple of weeks as I have in terms of prep. I do definitely think things are moving along really, really nicely, and there's a reason why things are moving along as good as they are, and that's probably the one reason that a lot of people don't see the progress that they might expect or want to see, essentially. That's Friday legs. Seems like a bit of a recurring theme. Friday legs done, lads. Friday legs wrapped up. The weather is like, 1 minute it's lashing rain, 1 minute the sun is back out. I don't know what to expect for the rest of the day. The thing I wanted to, probably not the best time to be trying to chat after legs. The one thing I wanted to break down and give my thoughts on for this video was why I've been able to, since the start of prep, just continue to see things changing. Especially at the point that we're at right now, and we've gotten through that first, number of weeks where things are slower and things aren't happening as much, which is that time frame where usually people fall off and people don't stick it out and they don't see results and they're just back to square one. The thing that's going to separate, and I was speaking to someone about this today, the thing that's going to separate, I'm absolutely bollocks, you compared to everyone else this year, especially trying to get in shape for summer, is your ability to be consistent every single day. Just every single variable just nailed every single day. And the reason for that is because if you're able to do that, which I'm not, like, realistically, a lot of people aren't, okay? If you're able to do that, results are just going to keep flowing and flowing and flowing after each other. And it's a hard thing to gauge, you know, and it's trying to get that across if you really do want to see, like, stuff continuously happening. Because I'm not genetically gifted, you know, I don't build muscle extremely easy. I didn't get these amazing genes passed down to me, you know, I don't lose fat by just looking at one salad, you know, and that's the same for the most of us. We don't just, you know, look at a weight and build muscle, and don't just look at a salad and lose fat. But everyone can work hard, and everyone can do, you know, exactly what I'm doing and trying to get across here in these videos. And that's why, you know, the daily, I think, is so important as well. If you're able to watch me on the daily, see how everything is just bang, 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 bang. And it's not that it's like, yeah, it does consume me and it does consume my life, because I absolutely love it and it's just a part of it. But it's not like my whole life, you know what I mean? I just make it a part. You hit the deck there. I just make it a part of my day to day, you know, that's just the lifestyle. But it's when you have people there who are obviously struggling to see results coming through. They want to do this, they want to do that, you know, they want to see here, but they don't have it, you know, they just can't bring themselves to just doing it every single day. Now, it's a mix between people who are just a little bit lazy and, you know, the weekend rolls around, or, you know, some night rolls around where they might be tired and everything, or they just want to do it, where they go off plan. And they think that, you know, just going off that little bit of plan, which, again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Again, it's each to their own, whatever way you want to view it, whatever way you want to go about it in terms of, like, losing fat for the summer. Obviously, my goal is extreme, as I keep saying, in terms of prepping for a show. But if you're just looking at maybe why you're not seeing results coming through, you know, you might be killing yourself during the week, and then the weekend you're just, like, chilling with it, lax, is because it's not just straight through consistent every single day. The best results are going to come from just straight through work, and just straight through consistent numbers, just straight through with your cardio, straight through with your steps every single day, training ticked off, food bang on every single day. And you can show up then the next week knowing, more than likely, you're bound to see, you know, new progress. You're bound to be going in the direction that you want to be going. There's a big mix there, and it's something I spoke about last week, of obviously having priorities and expectations in line. But I think it's a big thing, you know, where especially with people coming on looking for coaching and thinking that the coach is going to do it for you. I can give you the very best plan in the world. You know, Keen can give me the best detailed, you know, description of what I need to do on a daily basis. It's only going to work if I do the work. You know, change requires change, and I think a lot of people, you know, struggle to obviously get a grasp on that. And the reason I want you to you know, look at it, if you're trying to do a cut this year, or if you're trying to go through a gaining phase, time is going to continue going by, right? These cuts that we're on, this prep that I'm on, yeah, it's going to get more intense and, you know, harder as the days go along, but it's temporary, and your cut is going to be temporary as well. And you know, that temporary job that you have to do to get the fat off for the summer, to be in shape, to be happy, to be confident with the way that you look and the way that you feel, to really get the most out of it and enjoy your summer the most, is going to be worth it. What happens, a lot of people, and obviously it's happened myself multiple times, that's why I speak about everything and all the experience that I have. What happens is you keep going around in that circle. You know, you make a little bit of progress, then you're back here. You make a little bit of progress, you're slowed down. Whereas if you're doing the do on the daily for the required amount of time to get to where you need to be, just straight through, it's going to be straight through progress. Yeah, you know, you're going to step on the scale some mornings and the weight is going to be up a small little bit, and then the next day you're going to step on it, it's fucking down a load because you haven't missed. But frustrations and everything happen like that, you know, where people are busting their balls during the week, the weekend they're just with it all, and then they're stepping on the scales and saying, fuck this, like nothing's happening here. It's because, you know, you're taking yourself out of a deficit, or you're not doing all the cardio that you should be doing. You know, you're not doing every single possible thing that you possibly could do. And it's not me saying that you have to do everything that I do. There's a much more sustainable way of doing it, which, you know, what I'm doing at the moment is extremely sustainable. But in terms of just like what you can do with life, you know, in terms of what you can do with your nutrition plan and, you know, training and cardio, etc., etc. As I said, there's so many different ways you can go about it. I'm looking forward to showing you more ways that you can do it, you know, possibly next year when I'm cutting down for summer and I'm doing a mini cut, and, you know, things aren't maybe as extreme compared to what they might be for this summer. Just loads of different things there. But what I would say to you is understand that if you're not seeing progress right now, it's probably because you're not doing the do on the day to day, week to week, month to month to see it happen. You know, if you compare to yourself and separate yourself compared to someone who you look at and is seeing the day to day, you know, week to week results from the day to day, week to week work that they're putting in. You know, don't be shooting yourself in the foot and showing up in 2 months at summer looking the exact same when you could use the time that we have now, understand that it's only temporary, and get the job done. I'm going to head home. I'm pretty battered here. I have a call to get done, and I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you at some point. What's up? It's a long time since I had a Lewis Hamilton. We are back at the desk, and the show must go on. The show must go on. So mid-session, I'm putting in little Lewis Hamilton. We had post-workout, you could say. So we've had, 3 meals? 3 meals in. We've got 3 meals left. Beautiful. Do I? Little taste test. It smells good. I went through a phase of like abusing these and then kind of went off them. Same with everything. You know, same with like certain foods and stuff. You abuse them for too long and then you kind of get so sick of them and then you don't want to have them for ages. That is going away. Shit. Story. I feel like all these videos are me checking in every couple of hours, telling you what the story is, or me drinking a cup of coffee, eating a meal, drinking a can of Monster, drinking a can of Coke Zero. But that's what it looks like. Most people probably think that's what my day looks like. I go to the gym for an hour and then that's it. But if only it was. Can you imagine it was? Imagine if that was like your full-time gig. You know, you just wake up, eat meals, sit on the couch, do steps, do cardio, go train, come back, eat a few more meals, do the exact same the next day. Friday evening, I'm on my own for a couple of hours. And I'm going to get the Normatec boots on. I've showered myself. I look a little bit fresher, hopefully. And we've got a couple more meals. Today as well, I just kind of let the time go by and was just caught up. So I'm just cramping the meals together a small little bit. So I'm doing 5 meals instead of 6. And I'm full. You know, as I was saying last weekend, my appetite wasn't kind of there. It's been good the last couple of days, but today it's just not like really there, which is a good thing, you know, at this point in time with the current food that we're on. You know, actually thinking about food, like my food isn't that high being 13 weeks out tomorrow, compared to what a lot of people it would be maybe 13 weeks out, but it's what I need, you know, it's what it's set up for me. So we'll see what weight is saying in the morning as well. I'm going to put the boots on maybe for a bit longer this evening and see if I can get some more inflammation off them, and it feels good. Like last night was the first time that it ever like felt like, oh, like it feels like it's doing something, you know, that kind of way. It'll be up again in the space of a couple hours, you know what I mean? Like that is the beauty of it. It's how I'm able to do these videos on the daily, and tomorrow I think we'll go through like how training has been, because I haven't touched that much on training. Obviously there hasn't been a huge amount of training going on, but the main thing I want you to take away from today's video is watching these videos. And I appreciate anyone who is following along. Like Keen Kelly texted me earlier saying when he's coming up to a meal, he's closing out the end of his off-season gaining phase now, going into pre-prep before he starts prep for later shows in the year. He said when he's coming to a meal, I am some of the videos that he watches for his YouTube. And it's just stuff like that, you know, fellas. I appreciate you following along. Me just showing you what I'm doing for my prep, what I do on a day-to-day basis with everything that I do, you know, that kind of way. Main thing I want you to take away is if you're not seeing the results from what you think or the results you should be seeing at the moment, just deep dive into what you're doing with absolutely everything, and like be solely, fully, whatever the word, honest with yourself. Are you doing everything that you possibly could be doing to go to the place that you want to be going? I'll leave you with that one. Are you doing everything you possibly could be doing on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, consistently, to get to the place that you want to be going to. If you're not, coaching link is in the description below, and I'll take care of it all for you. We'll chat to you tomorrow. Drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. They will just go starting at the like feet and work all the way up, and then like be moving about. These are the compression boots. They felt really good last night. I'm hoping they feel good the exact same tonight.